must be 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time somewhere out there on this beautiful Friday, the 28th day of May. Month's almost over. We need to make sure we finish strong. But today I'm glad to be with you because we do all this for all of our brothers and sisters, no matter if your vertical is major account, key account, up and down the street, in home sales, retail sales, automotive sales. We just want to get you going with something to think about. So, all week we've been discussing different subject matter, but I want to bring it home to some of you who are going through this, thinking about this, or already has passed on this situation. And that's buying your baby, your loved one, their first vehicle. You see, that buying a car is a heavy responsibility, regardless of who it is. The initial purchase is not only a monumental one, but the aftermath of car upkeep, perhaps a monthly payment, and of course, weekly commitments, such as a full tank of gas, can be overwhelming for some. And of course, the unforeseeable car mishap, needing a new transmission, the random breakdown, or maybe just a twist of poor fate needed in a new car altogether. Needless to say, purchasing a car is a financial responsibility from the moment you sign the title. So, what happens if your new driver, your new family member, has this responsibility? So they can have transportation to go to school, to go to work, or carry on their social life. Should you, as the parent and guardian, help them with this? Or chalk it up to a learning experience and have them pay for it all on their own? Here are some tips and things to consider as your baby is moving towards the purchase of a brand new vehicle. Now, whether it's new or used, it is brand new to them. Look at our financial DNA in your family. How's your child's DNA? Are they ready for such a big step? Is it safe? Most kids who purchase their first vehicle look at one thing: the price tag. This brings in the following: is it typical? Is it logical in their minds? And that they would search for cars that's cheap, perhaps a used car with 200,000 miles plus, maybe a dent or two or five. Maybe it's a safe vehicle. Is your student driver sacrifice their safety for a steal of heap to buy? It's important to have this conversation with your child, just like you have other conversation with your children, and make sure they know and understand the possible risk of purchasing an older vehicle with more miles on it. More miles usually means more problems. That's an old adage. Can you negotiate? There are plenty of terms you can come up to help your child as they move towards the purchase of a car. Consider negotiating with your child as you work towards assessing them on coming to an agreement on a car of their choice. Can you match what they're saved for the purchase? Can you assist with the car payment? If leasing, take out a loan for the vehicle, or perhaps allow them to make the initial purchase of the car and help with maintaining the car along the way. Or maybe even yet, what reason your child will be purchasing the vehicle solo, and you can offer your support and your wisdom and guidance because you've been doing this a while. These things sometimes can be just as helpful so they don't purchase a lemon. We're curious. I'm curious. We all are curious as parents and guardians. How did your parents handle your first car purchase? How did you plan on helping your children with their first car purchase? What was working with other children, family members, cousins, nieces, nephews? I would do a lot of research to make sure that when my baby gets to this point, and it's coming whether you like it or not, because we don't want them to take away or feel inferior because you're stifling them not being independent. But we don't want them to start off with a bad experience. I call it the DNA of having that bad car. So be a good parent, be a good guardian, ask questions, be supportive. But remember, if you are assisting them and you sign as a co writer on there, remember something can happen and it's falling back on you as you're trying to save for your future when you're an empty nester as far as your 401ks or whatever you're doing out there. Start planning now because your babies will be driving someday and hopefully you'll be around to see them. Once again, Brad and Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, on this beautiful Friday, 28th day of May. We have a couple more days. The weekend is here. You can hit your goals and dreams, but please go in with a plan and work that plan. People want what you're selling, but you have to sell value first. Value on you. With that said, go on out there and you make it a champion day.